hello everybody. Hope everybody's been well. I'm going to take my bronze mocha palette. We're going to go into Speechless and we're going to put that in our crease to start off our eye. Now this look is going to have a lot of blending, okay? We're going to take a little bit of Thief and that's just going to go on the outer third of the eye. We're going to kind of blend that up into the crease color just so that way all the depth is where you're wanting it. Remember, this is a halo eye, so it is going to be a lot of blending. Take a little bit of Royalty from the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I am going to put this into my inner third. Now, you are going to want to blend this color a lot just so that way there's no lines and no harshness, kind of like you see there. So I am going back in and I'm blending it fairly well. So I am taking a blending brush right here just so that way it blends out even more and it kind of helps with a lot of the harshness with those lines as well. Taking a little bit more of center and using that to blend out even more. Going into the Anastasia palette, my Aurora palette, taking Luna and Spectra. This is going to be on a damp brush so that way it kind of creates a the foiled type of look for your eye, but not too damp to where it's going to be super duper actually foiled on the eye. That's not the look you want to go for. Just kind of let it be gentle on the eye, if you will, just so that way it's not so much. Go ahead and blend that out as well. I am taking a little bit more of Thief, and that is just so that way I can kind of go in and add a little bit more depth where is needed. Take your pigment primer, take the NYX shimmer down. Of course, take whatever glitter that you have, whatever you want to use to recreate this. I did put a little bit too much, you will see, so I will be going in and kind of blending a lot of that off. And then after I kind of blend this, you'll see I'm going to kind of go into my Aurora palette. I did not show it, but I'm going into my Aurora palette and placing a little bit more of that Luna color, just so that way it's a little bit lighter how it is on the other side, kind of like you see me doing here. So now I'm going to be taking the Anastasia lip kit. I'm going to be taking that purple shade right there, and we're going to be using this for a pop of color for our eyeliner. And I am doing a winged eyeliner just so that way you see it when I actually close my eyes. So there's just that extra added oomph in there, if you will. I am using the style Lily Lashes in Miami. I do love these. Are more of a dramatic style, but I really loved the way they made the eyes look. Go ahead and put some mascara on and put whatever glue you use to put your eyelashes on and put those puppies on, and then your eyes should be done. Maybe a little bit extra blending, but that should be it for the eyes. Okay, so go ahead and take the Cooling Matte Primer from Too Faced. This is just going to be for our primer for our face. I am taking the Estee Lauder Double Wear for my base today, for my actual foundation base. And that's just it helps me a lot more because I am super duper oily. So it actually helps my skin, it stays on all day pretty well for me. So I am going to be putting a couple layers on my cheeks just because of where I have my deeper acne scarring and where some of the pitting is. It'll just help kind of hide it a little bit more. Kind of like you see me doing here. It's going to kind of camouflage those scars a little bit more with the hyperpigmentation. I did kind of use a littler brush on my nose where I have my nose ring. Don't forget to blend it down your neck, ladies. Go ahead and use whatever concealer you want. That is the Makeup Revolution concealer in C3. It was held upside down. But go ahead and conceal those dark bags, kind of like you saw mine. They were looking pretty gnarly. But go ahead and put it wherever you would naturally highlight anywhere. Okay, go ahead and take your Cover FX powder or whatever setting powder you use. This is the best one I have found that works for my skin at setting my face. It sets my under eyes really well. It kind of makes my under eye lines that I already have kind of seem a little bit more smoother, and it just sets my makeup really well, especially since I have oily skin. Now that it's summer, I've been producing so much oil, so this has been my lifesaver. I'm going to go ahead and take Speechless and center again on my lower lash line, and that's just so that way we can add the depth down there as well. You don't want to forget about your lash line, ladies. I am also taking a little bit of Thief and Royalty from the Jaclyn Hill palette, and that is going to just add where we did the actual purpley colors underneath our eyes. Just, you don't want to forget those as well. What you do on the top, you want to do to the bottom. go ahead and put a little bit of mascara on. Those eyes should be complete. I'm going to be taking a little bit of the Aurora palette again from Luna and Spectra and placing that where I would normally highlight. I am keeping it a little bit lower on the actual highlight portion of the inner corner of my eye, just so that way it doesn't clash too much with the actual halo portion of my eye. Go ahead and take a little bit of Hoola and Hoola Light for our bronzing. I'm going to contour with those, and I like to take Hoola Light because it kind of gives it a little bit more of a chiseled look, and then when you go in with the actual Hoola, you're not going to be using too much, and it's just going to add a little bit more depth towards the back end of my actual contour. Go ahead and do your eyebrows however you normally would. I am taking the Anastasia brow powder. Y'all, I can't speak, I don't know why, but I am taking that and Gimme Brow for my eyebrows. I didn't show you the Anastasia one because the powder itself, you can't see the words, they're all rubbed off, but it is in medium brown. And the Gimme Brow is in number 5. This is Partey from Tarte, from the Amazonian Clay blushes, and go ahead and put that on just where you normally would put your blush. I like to put it up on the higher portions of my cheekbones. I am mixing the top of those 3 colors for my highlight, and just place that above where you normally would your highlight, of course, ladies. I will be taking another shade, I believe, just to make it pop a little bit more. So the second color is from Becca, and this is in Moonstone, and that is just going to make the top of your cheekbones pop a lot more. Like you can see here, it just makes it stand out a lot more even when you're in the sun. It's not going to make it look like you have that white cast on your face. It's going to, once you set it, it's going to kind of melt into your skin. I'm also putting that a little bit on the inner portions of my eyes and on my top of my brow bone. So as you see here, go ahead and set it. This is just the Morphe setting spray. So after you do this, I like to fan it in just because it melts the makeup into your skin a lot more and it looks a lot more natural instead of a mask type of look. I just like it a lot more. This is the lip colors I use, the Tarte Lip Paint in Exposed. And then I also put a little bit of the Bella Pierre number 2 Nude Pencil to outline my lips to add a little bit more depth. This is the look complete. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I love you guys. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I shall see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.